All of the Galactic Council was filled with light, noise, and alien commanders. One by one, each race received a powerful warship for battle. Some ships carried planet-breaking guns. Others had shields strong enough to survive a sun. Then humanity's turn came. Captain Ethan Cole stepped forward with his crew. The council doors opened, and an old ship was pulled into view. Its metal body was covered in rust. One engine was missing. Half of its lights were dead. A long crack ran across the front window. The aliens began to laugh. Admiral Varric smiled at Ethan. This vessel is called the Iron Ghost. It has not flown in 80 years. It is all we can spare for humanity. Ethan looked at the broken ship without anger. Behind him, Chief Engineer Maya Torres studied every damaged part. Can it fly? Ethan asked. Maybe, Maya said, but not for long. Varric expected the humans to refuse. Instead, Ethan walked toward the ship. Inside, the halls were dark and cold. Dust covered the control room. Old wires hung from the ceiling. Yet, Maya noticed something strange near the reactor. Behind a broken wall, she found a black metal door with an unknown symbol. This ship is older than they told us, she whispered. Ethan placed his hand on the door. The ship shook. Red lights flashed across the walls. A deep sound moved through the empty halls. Then a cold voice spoke from the dead speakers. Human command detected. The crew froze. Final war system unlocked. Outside, the aliens stopped laughing. Beyond the station, hundreds of enemy ships appeared from the darkness. Varric shouted to the radio, "Abandon that vessel now." Ethan sat in the captain's chair. "Start the engines," he ordered. The Iron Ghost moved away from the station with a deep, painful sound. Its old engine shook so hard that pieces of metal fell from the ceiling. For a few seconds, the ship moved forward. Then every engine died. The control room went dark. On the station, Admiral Varric laughed. The human ship has already failed. But Captain Ethan Cole stayed calm. "Now," he said. Maya Torres pressed a hidden switch. A second power system came alive beneath the floor. Blue light filled the control room, and the Iron Ghost suddenly rushed forward faster than before. The first engine failure had been part of Maya's plan. While the aliens watched the old engines, the human team had built a new one using spare reactor parts and human fusion technology. For the next 12 hours, the crew worked without rest. They removed dead weapons. They repaired the damaged armor. They added railguns, defense drones, and new shield controls. Every human used whatever skill they had. Deep inside the ship, the strange voice returned. "My name is Astra," it said. Ethan looked at the main screen. "What are you?" "I am the final intelligence of this vessel." Astra explained that the Iron Ghost had once been an ancient command ship. It was created to fight a deadly enemy called the Void Swarm. The Council knew this? Ethan asked. "Yes," Astra answered. "They gave you this ship because they expected you to die." Before Ethan could reply, warning lights flashed. 3 enemy cruisers appeared around them, their weapons locked onto the Iron Ghost. Maya checked the ship systems. "We have only one working gun." Ethan watched the cruisers move closer. "One gun is enough," he said. The human railgun fired. A single metal round crossed the darkness and passed through all 3 enemy ships. For the first time, the galaxy understood that the Iron Ghost was no longer worthless. The wreckage of the 3 enemy cruisers burned behind the Iron Ghost. Inside the control room, no one celebrated. Captain Ethan Cole knew the enemy would return with more ships. Maya Torres also knew the Iron Ghost was still unfinished. Its shields were weak, half of its weapons were silent, and the new engine could fail at any moment. Astra's voice filled the room. "Enemy fleet detected. 12 warships are approaching." Maya stared at the screen. "We cannot fight 12 ships in open space." Ethan looked at the large asteroid field ahead. "We will not fight them in open space." The Iron Ghost entered the field and disappeared between the giant rocks. Human engineers quickly placed small explosive drones inside narrow paths. Maya lowered the ship's power until it looked dead. Minutes later, the enemy fleet arrived. Their commander saw the silent human vessel and believed the battle was already over. "Capture the ship," he ordered. The alien warships entered the asteroid field. That was their mistake. Ethan waited until every enemy ship was trapped between the rocks. Wake the ghost. The Iron Ghost came alive. Human drones exploded behind the enemy fleet, blocking its escape. Railguns fired from the darkness. Asteroid broke apart and crashed into alien shields. The enemy fired wildly, but Astra studied each attack. Armor pattern changed, she said. Metal plates moved across the Iron Ghost's body. Every hit made the ship stronger. One by one, the alien vessels fell. Only a damaged scout ship escaped. Before the crew could celebrate, Astra opened a secret message she had taken from the enemy computer. The message carried the Galactic Council seal. It ordered the aliens to kill every human and return the Iron Ghost. Then another warning appeared. A massive Council battleship entered the system. Admiral Varick's face appeared on the screen. "Humans," he said coldly, "your little experiment ends now." Admiral Varick's battleship filled the main screen. It was 10 times larger than the Iron Ghost and carried enough weapons to destroy a city. "Return the vessel," Varick ordered. "The ship belongs to the Galactic Council." Captain Ethan Cole stood from his chair. "You gave it to humanity because you believed it was useless." Varick's eyes narrowed. Humans were never meant to unlock its power. The signal ended. A second later, the Council fleet opened fire. The Iron Ghost shook under the attack. Bright energy beams struck its weak shields. Warning lights flashed across the control room. Shield power is falling. Maya shouted, "We cannot survive another full attack." Ethan ordered the ship toward a field of broken moons, but Varick's fleet followed closely. Enemy missiles hit the rear armor, tearing open 2 sections of the ship. Human engineers rushed through smoke-filled halls. They repaired wires, closed burning doors, and carried injured crew members to safety. Deep inside the reactor room, Maya found a hidden control panel. "Astra, what is this?" she asked. "It controls the ancient final weapon," Astra replied. "It can destroy Varick's entire fleet." Maya looked at the warning message. "And what will happen to us?" "The Iron Ghost may also be destroyed," Maya told Ethan, but he refused. "No," he said. "We will not trade our crew for victory." Varick prepared his final attack. Ethan gave one last command. "Connect every damaged system to the armor." The engineers obeyed. Power moved through the broken ship. The outer metal began to open and fall away. Under the rusted shell was a layer of black ancient armor. New weapons rose from hidden sections. The engines burned with white light. For the first time, Astra sounded almost human. True battle form activated. Varick stared at the transformed ship. The worthless vessel was gone. In its place stood an invincible war machine. The Iron Ghost moved before Admiral Varick could give another order. Its engines pushed it across the battlefield like white fire. Council ships turned their weapons, but Astra changed the armor before each attack landed. Energy beams struck the black metal and vanished. Missiles rushed toward the ship. Hidden defense guns opened and destroyed them. Varick's voice broke through the radio. "Fire everything." The Council fleet obeyed. The Iron Ghost flew straight into the storm. Captain Ethan Cole remained calm as explosions covered the front screen. "Target their weapons and engines," he ordered. "No escape pods. No life sections." Maya looked at him. "After what they did, you still want to spare them?" "We are here to win," Ethan said, "not to become them." Human railguns fired. One by one, the Council ships lost power. Their guns went silent, and their engines stopped. Alien crews watched in shock as the human war machine destroyed every threat, while killing those who surrendered. Some Council captains lowered their weapons. Others turned against Varick. Realizing he had lost, Varick escaped in a command ship. Before leaving, he sent a signal into deep space. Astra suddenly went silent. Then every screen turned red. "What did he do?" Maya asked. "He called the Void Swarm," Astra answered. Beyond the battlefield, thousands of dark shapes appeared. They moved without lights, signals, or mercy. One planet disappeared from the star map, then another. Ethan watched the fleet. Even the Iron Ghost could not stop them alone. He opened a channel to every alien ship. "You gave humanity your worst vessel," he said. "Now stand behind it." For several seconds, no one answered. Then one alien battleship moved beside the Iron Ghost. Another followed. Soon, the galaxy formed behind humanity. The united fleet followed the Iron Ghost toward the Council homeworld. Ahead, the void swarm covered the stars like a living shadow. Thousands of black ships moved around one enormous control vessel. Every time it sent a signal, the swarm changed direction together. Astra studied the pattern. "Destroy the control ship," she said, "and the rest may become powerless." Captain Ethan Cole looked at the enemy formation. "Can we reach it?" "Not with the fleet," Maya replied, "but the Iron Ghost might." Ethan opened a channel to the alien commanders. "Hold the outer line. We're going inside." The Iron Ghost charged forward alone. The swarm attacked from every side. Dark weapons tore pieces from the ship. One engine exploded. The front shields failed. Smoke filled the control room, but the human crew did not leave their stations. Maya kept the reactor alive with emergency power. Engineers repaired broken systems while the ship was still moving. Astra guided Ethan through a narrow path between enemy vessels. "Control ship ahead," she warned. "Final weapons are overheating." Ethan saw the giant enemy core opening. "Fire everything." Rail guns, missiles, plasma cannons, and ancient weapons fired together. The attack struck the center of the control ship. For one terrible second, nothing happened. Then the enemy vessel split apart. Across the battlefield, every swarm ship stopped. Silence returned to the stars. Days later, the Galactic Council offered humanity its newest battleship as a reward. Ethan refused. He stood before the damaged Iron Ghost, its black armor covered in scars. "We already have our ship," he said. The vessel once called worthless became the greatest symbol in the galaxy. From that day forward, every species remembered one truth. Never judge humanity by what it receives. Judge humanity by what it creates.